Today we are going to start PL SQL. What is PL SQL means? Up to now you have an idea SQL language. Everyone knows SQL is a structured query language, but this is a non-procedural language. This is a non-procedural language. Non-procedural language. Actually, through the non-procedural language, yes, this is very powerful language, I agree. And now here, what we can do is, whenever we are submitting some commands, some statements, either maybe you have an idea, DML commands, DDL commands, and TCL commands. In a commands are there in SQL, DCL commands and select statements like this only we are submitting into a database server. Then automatically database server only processing those statements. But unfortunately, we cannot control, yes, here I am a developer, you are a developer, controlling individual intermediate results we cannot control. Just we are submitting these statements, automatically we are getting output, that's all. Here, how it will be, so now here, yes, processed, we don't know, really, those statements only. In SQL statements. And also, I am a developer, you are a developer, means we cannot control individual now here records in that one. We cannot control server, really. Again, not only that one, yes, this is not a procedural language. That's why, yes, suppose intermediate result I want to store means impossible. Again, okay, non-procedural language means here there is no variables. There is no variables. Intermediate results we have to store means variables are required, same like a C, C++, Java, .NET, like that. But here there is no variables. There is no loops. While loops, okay, so now for loop, do while these type of loops are there in a normal procedural language. Those type of things are not there. End user understandable format, you want to display messages, not possible because separate exception handler mechanism is not there. In error is there, oh, this is an error, or that we are rectifying only, that's all. That's why SQL is a most powerful now here non-procedural language, I'm agree, but some type of things we cannot achieve through the SQL language. That's why they are introducing extension of the SQL language is called procedural language extension for SQL. This non-procedural language is their SQL. They are introducing procedural language concepts. They are embedded into this SQL. Through that one, we are achieving so many tasks. What is that one means? I will tell you. Actually, PL SQL means procedural language extension for SQL. This is enhancement only. Procedural language extension, don't write it here, just observe here, extension for SQL. PL/SQL is a procedural language extension for SQL. That's why everyone knows C, C++, Java, these type of programming languages, you have an idea means procedural language concepts are there. Here only variables are there, you are observing or not, variables are there here. Again, loops are there, exception handling mechanism is there. Those type of capabilities, they're included in SQL language through the PL/SQL language. Same concept is there, these type of concepts are available. Suppose once we are starting our course, observe it here. Here some variables are there. Observe it here. Here exception handling is there. Same like a front-end language, try, catch, throw. Finally, something is there. Some different way we are handling errors. And now here so many concepts are there. Stored procedures, stored functions, triggers, like that only. And now so many things we are learning through the PL/SQL language. These are PL/SQL syllabus. In the future, you are good at those all the things only. And now that's why PL/SQL is a procedural language extension for SQL. But unfortunately, in SQL side, we are unable to load the intermediate result of the query execution. But unfortunately, in a PL/SQL, we are storing intermediate result of the query. How means PLSQL coding is there, some coding is there. Okay, fine. So now here in these codings only, observe it here. Here some clauses are there. Through that one, we are retrieving a data from the table, and then the data store it into where some variables only. Okay, fine. I will tell you those all the things in a practical. And now here those variables, the data is available, table data into your variables, intermediate result, query result we are storing in these variables. Then we are processing a what those variables only. Then we are controlling a what yes server possible. So many things are there, most powerful. And now here yes, here these type of codings are there, but that is not a difficult coding, very easiest coding only. That's why procedural language extension for SQL, procedural language capabilities, all the capabilities are available in a where in a vocation of PLSQL only. Okay. And now observe it here. Suppose, for example, so many advantages are there, but some knowledge is required. Okay, fine. Suppose in SQL, you have an idea, anything, any commands we are typing, for example. Okay, fine. Earlier, any commands we are typing only, for example. And now here, check it out. Now here something only I'm typing what some commands. And now automatically errors are occurred. Observe here, errors are occurred. But these errors are not understandable by end users. Okay, fine. These errors are not understandable by end user. That's why if you want to suppress these errors and display plain text message means SQL side not possible. But procedural language concepts we are embedded into where SQL language, that is a PLSQL language through, we are suppressing a what error numbers and error messages and display plain text messages possible only. That is called exception handling mechanism we are using on. Suppose here we are going to where ATM mission or anything, ATM center. You are inserting a what ATM card. Any problem is occurred. Okay, suppose amount is not available means ORA minus 1403 no data found, some type of error messages means customers are confusing. That's why suppress a what error numbers and error messages and which one end user understandable format only I want to display messages. Yes, okay, so insufficient funds, something messages. How it is possible? Yes, programmer writing a what some coding, these type of errors they are suppressing, then only possible. Then only are now here possible. That's why PLSQL means procedural language concepts they are embedded means then only that is possible only. That's why SQL is a what only structured query language. That is a non-procedural language. Just we are submitting a what some commands into a database server. Then automatically how it is processed internally we don't know. So now here just whatever vocation of here commands process, that result only written by the where vocation of here from the server only. But PLSQL means not like that. I am also, you are also controlling the what server. Why? Because intermediate query result we are storing into variables. Based on that variables, you are writing what some coding means. You are controlling individual record. You are controlling vocation of database server only. And also according to client requirement. So now here we are displaying a what messages properly because these are programming capabilities are available. Simple programming capabilities. That is what so many things we are writing only, then you are understandable. But unfortunately, now here, yes, in our course, we are not telling about a simple way. Now yes, SQL is there, SQL extension, PLSQL is there, small things. So many fellows are telling, but I am not choosing like that. Basically, I'm a PLSQL developer. So many years I'm working as a PLSQL developer. That's why so many fellows are worldwide. They're struggling. Students only struggling. Maybe 2 years, 3 years. Having a gap is there. Maybe so many fellows are. They are only unable to get a job because okay, so now programming skills that doesn't okay, so good only. Maybe they are not interested. Those persons' purpose, I am designing a what this PLSQL course only. But little bit of SQL knowledge is required. In this PLSQL, so now who are okay learning properly advanced concepts. Advanced is there. Okay, fine. Advanced concepts. Those persons are 100% getting a job as a PLSQL developer. As a PLSQL developer, very easy. Without any other language knowledge, so now easily they are getting a job, a PLSQL developer only. That's why I'm choosing a what so much of syllabus, either Oracle apps, programmer purpose. So now here, yes. Otherwise, Pure PLSQL developer who are applying a what jobs, those persons purpose, I'm designing a what this syllabus only. In this syllabus, observe here, actually PLSQL starting means you are understandable, don't worry. In a first chapter, okay, I am telling a what, son of here, small concepts, basic concepts I am telling, don't worry. Now in this second chapter onwards, very important. Cursor is some concept is there. Same like a SQL language, maybe anybody having idea means joins, some constraints, some subqueries, some views, some concepts are there. Same like in a PLSQL main chapters are there. Either Oracle PLSQL or SQL Server TSQL or MySQL language also, same concepts are there. Cursor is a main concept only, most powerful. In a way, what is cursor, how you are controlling, developers are controlling individual records, what is that cursor memory area, implicitly, explicitly cursors are there, how you are writing a what coding only. This is very important chapter. Now, once we are good at what a cursor, okay, fine, then we are learning a what exception handling mechanism. Same like a Java, same like a C++, try, catch, throw, finally some blocks are there or not. Yes, that much of complexity is not there. Error numbers and error messages, simple way we are suppressing only. End user understandable format only we are displaying of messages. Then we are using a what? Exception handling mechanism. Suppose here we are inserting a what ATM card in a very ATM machine. So now here we are trying to withdraw what some amount only, but unfortunately power is gone. Otherwise system crashes. ATM machine is maybe some problem occurred. Whenever you are pressing enter key, your money is never lost. Why? Because you are okay. So programmer writing a what exception handling mechanism. They are using a what in exception side. Rollback is a what some command they are typing only. Then automatically whenever problem is occurred, yes, transactions are cancelled. That much of powerful. Those are all the things we are learning. In a Java side, raise underscore application underscore error, these type of things are helpful. Once we are good at what first 3 chapters, then we are learning a what very important main chapters in every database. Stored procedures is a concept is there. These stored procedure purpose only there. So many fellows are learning a what Oracle database, SQL Server database, DB2 database courses only. Why? Because in a Java, in a .NET, in a where, in a Python, these type of programmers interact with the database compulsory by using a stored procedure is a concept is there. In that one, in parameter, out parameter, in out parameter, these type of things are there. Through that one, they are interacting only. How and what is that one I'm telling. But pure PLSQL developer side, not only the basic things, advanced concepts are required. No copy, compiler, hint, so no autonomous transaction, policy, new concepts. So many things I will tell you. Once we are good at what procedures, functions we are learning only. And the difference between procedures and functions, when to use procedures, when to use functions. In every relational database, we are choosing this concept. These are key concepts actually in a stored procedure, stored functions. Compulsory they are learning a stored procedures in a way every front-end developer also nowadays. And now here, yes, once you are good at what that one triggers is a concept is there automatically fired what some coding only. Through that one, so much of some of your data integrity, I will tell you, validations, those all the things we are learning only highly advanced concept, those all the things, packages. And now here, yes, here up to this one, basic concepts in every database, yes, okay, sorry, MySQL or SQL Server or DB2 or Sybase in every database. Also procedure language concept means up to packages, comma. But unfortunately, you want to get a job in a where PLSQL developer in a worldwide, that much of knowledge is not sufficient because nowadays competition is very high. And also so much of knowledge they're expecting a what when we are putting a what fake experience in means knowledge they're expecting a what okay interviewers only. That purpose I am designing a what here. Yes, advanced concept. This one types are used in packages. Okay, individually I am telling only PLSQL record, index per table, nested table, VRIs. These are called collections only. And once we are good at what collections, then a bulk bind is a performance tuning concept is there. And now here in that bulk bind only, so now most powerful bulk exceptions. Okay, so now those bulk in okay, bulk collect class. Those all the things we are learning. Once we are good at what that one, another type is there in a Java, .NET, Python. These type of programmers must familiar rif cursor because they're creating a store procedure. Yes, in that one out parameter, rif cursor as a parameter they're passing. Then they're returning a multiple records into where in a Java, .NET application, those persons are catching. That much of powerful. This is very important chapter in any database procedure language also. This one, so many fellows are doesn't know they are facing a problem in a where in a real time only in a where front-end developer also. And now here, yeah, that much powerful. Maybe you have to check it out in your JDBC, in your ADO.NET like that. And now here again, local subprograms are there within a stored procedure, local functions are there. But PLSQL jobs purpose, URL file packages are there. Your database data stored into where? Yes, in external files, operating system files. How can I miss? I will tell you. External tables is the most powerful concept nowadays. And now here in a PLSQL industry side, in a so many project side, external tables we are using only. We are retrieving a data from flat file into where, store it into where. Yes, here database, how can I? Database into where, another files, how can I will tell you so many things only. SQL loader is a tool is there. Yes, this is olden days administrator using. Nowadays, yes, SQL developer also, PLSQL developers also using. Through the tool, we are retrieving a data from flat file into where? Oracle database. Again, here a specialized clauses are there, locking mechanism through. Yes, okay, for update and where current of clauses in every database. And now here, how can I avoid a mutating error compound trigger? Yes, we are BLOB, CLOB, not important also. I'm embedded. Why? Because yes, suppose Java programmer, .NET programmer, images, they want to store it into where database means BLOB is a data type is there. How can I, what is that one? This member procedure, member functions not required. Okay, that is a front end only, Java, .NET, those type of programmer purpose. Again, dynamic SQL is there. Then Oracle 10G, 11G, 12 features are there. In questions, I'm telling. Based on this one, yes, we are learning about our course only. This is the syllabus. Highly advanced. Very depth, I will tell you. Also now here, yes, that's why it will take a time of. Suppose here, this is a okay, some other batches completed what this notes is there observed here. Okay, how much is there observed here? So many things, but not a difficult, very interesting only, highly advanced. Okay, fine. So many things we are learning on. Once we are good at what this one, a commanding knowledge. Okay, fine. Yes, sir. That's why slowly we are starting what small things only. And now here, yes, some notes we are starting it. But also today, okay, some fellows are not okay, connected only. Now that's why at least a basic block structure also today at least I am telling. Okay, yeah, better. Now write it, some theory write. Just basic level I am telling. Okay, block structure at least I am telling. First, you know, write it. Anybody having idea? Oracle versions are there actually. In a Oracle versions, Oracle, okay, 1977 onwards, that will be the 78 means 1978 to 1.0, like that only there. But unfortunately, PLSQL, when it will be introduced in means Oracle 6.0 is a version is there. In that version onwards, they are introducing a what? PLSQL. In a olden days, PLSQL is not there in a Oracle side. Only SQL language is there. Oracle 6.0 is a version is there. In that version onwards, they are introducing a what? A PLSQL. Write it. Some theory, write it only. Just PLSQL is an procedural language. Procedural language extension. Procedural language extension for SQL. Procedural language extension for SQL. Generally, write it. Generally, SQL is a non-procedural language. Non-procedural language. Non-procedural language. That's why we cannot store, we cannot store intermediate. So many differences are there, first time understandable purpose. Intermediate results of a query. Results of a query into variables. Variables are not there, no, because in SQL language, SQL language says variables also not there. Okay, like PL SQL having procedural language, variables. Variables are there, same like a C++ C language, no? Yeah. Which is used to store, store intermediate result, of a query into variables, for later use, Now actually here developers are only controlling, okay, this one, developers only controlling, okay. So now here SQL means we cannot control. I'm a developer, you are a developer, we cannot control really, but some commands is processed properly, but unfortunately we cannot control. Actually, anybody having idea? So now SQL means slowly observe here, SQL language side, I am also here also giving award some commands, okay, but here only one statement it will be executed at a time. Only one statement. Only one statement is a, suppose update statement I'm using. Here delete statement I'm using. Again insert statement I'm using. These are one statement at a time only it will be executed. One statement at a time only it will be executed. But unfortunately, PL SQL means not like that. Here a group of statements. Here some coding we are writing. Today I am telling only one type of structure is there. Through that one, yes, all statements at a time is executed. Bulk of statements, a block of statements also executed at a time. All statements at a time is executed. Suppose when inserting, updating, deleting. Okay, so many things are there. All statement at a time is executed. But here in SQL side, only one statement at a time is location of your process only. But unfortunately, here some codings we are writing only through that one. PL SQL side, all statements at a time is executed. That is also right. Next para. So many differences, but small thing I'm telling you first. Write it. Generally, in SQL language, Oracle server executes. Oracle server executes only one statement at a time. Only one statement at a time. Whereas in PL SQL, Oracle server executes multiple statements at a time. Multiple statements at a time. But unfortunately, in a non-technical persons, don't worry, because these are all the things practically we are learning. Okay, actually practical concept that one. That's why I'm not explaining only. And now check it out. Concentrate here. Now actually, okay, PL SQL is a procedure language extension for SQL. We are writing about coding only next tomorrow onwards. Okay, so many things practically we are learning. Okay, fine. But before we are going to start this one, observe here, actually Oracle side, Oracle 6.0 onwards PL SQL is there. That's why in a way, okay, PL SQL available in a way, which version onwards, Oracle 6.0 onwards. But unfortunately, olden days, suppose Oracle 6.0, so now PL SQL 1.0 is there. Okay, 1.0 is there. Don't write it. Okay, just that version internally. PL SQL 1.0 is there. Again, Oracle, so now here 7.0 onwards, here PLSQL 2.0 is there. Okay, in engine is there internally 2.0. But unfortunately, suddenly Oracle versions, PLSQL versions, confusing only so many fellows are in a olden days. That's why they are requesting only. And now change a what as a version number or anything. That's why Oracle 8.0 onwards, Oracle Corporation giving a what, whatever Oracle version is there, same version, PLSQL 8.0 they are giving. 3.0 is not there. That's why olden days only two versions are different. But okay, so now here nowadays, whatever Oracle version is there, same version in a Oracle, okay, so now PLSQL side. Suppose here Oracle 9 is PLSQL 9, Oracle 10G is PLSQL 10G. Okay, so now here Oracle 19C is PLSQL engine 19C is available. That's why whatever version is there in a Oracle, nowadays same version is available. That's why nowadays programmer, there is no confusing about SQL, PLSQL or anything. And now here once we are starting means then you are understandable. And now here observe here, whatever Oracle version is there, same PLSQL version is there. Internally PLSQL engine is there. Okay, what is that engine? How can I? What is that one? We are learning only. Okay, na? That's why this theory write it at least. Write it next pair. Oracle 6.0. Oracle 6.0. 6.0 version introduced PLSQL. Introduced PLSQL. Now example versions, write it at least. It's not required versions, but just idea. This one, right? Nowadays, whatever same Oracle version is there, PLSQL version also same. Oracle loading means PLSQL also there internally, PLSQL. Write it this one. Finished. Completed. Now check it out. Slowly observe it here. Concentrate here. Actually, everyone telling about a PLSQL means nothing is there. SQL is a non-procedure language. Developers are not controlling only individual records, but procedure language extension for SQL, procedure language concepts they are embedded means so many tasks we are achieving only. Okay, fine. That is practically one by one we are learning. But unfortunately, everyone knows every database procedure language also same thing. But unfortunately, PLSQL is different. Actually, PLSQL is a block structured programming language. Basically, we are writing about coding means block structure. Very, very, very important. What is this block structure? I will tell you. Because daily we are writing a coding like that only. Once we are submitting a what this block into where Oracle server, PLSQL runtime engine is there, that engine receiving a what that block only, SQL statements are executed separately, procedural statements are executed separately. Later you are familiar. But unfortunately, what is block structure? Two block structured programming languages are there in a worldwide. Most popular. One is olden days, COBOL is a language is there. Maybe anybody academic career side, nowadays IBM mainframe side, they are using a what that COBOL language. In that COBOL language, some sections are there. Maybe anybody having idea means identification division, environment division, working storage section. These type of sections are there in a particular sections, particular concepts they are using only. Maybe olden days programmers are well-known persons who are working in a where a mainframe system side. Those persons are very good knowledge in a where COBOL. But nowadays, nobody knows latest programmers. But nowadays, another block structure programming language is popular. What is that one? Means PL SQL. Here also some sections are there. In a particular section, particular concepts we are using only. What is that one? I will tell you. Very, very, very important. Simple and most powerful, because tomorrow onwards, okay, so now practically we are learning only. And now in that one, this block structure daily I'm using only. And now here, only one demo I'm giving only today. And now here, tomorrow onwards, practically we are starting all the things. This one, because this is different only, easily understandable. Now here, write it. Next pair, basically, PL SQL is an block structured programming language. Some programs are there, but easy. Block structured programming language. This is not a case sensitive, same like SQL. Okay, basically PL SQL is a block structured programming language. Now, at least 5 minutes observe it today. Now check it out, concentrate. What is block structure means? Slowly observe it here. Here, we are writing a what coding in a where PL SQL means block of statements we are submitting, because through that one we are controlling how can I means we are learning. But unfortunately, observe it here. Declare, sorry, don't write it, 5 minutes only. Actually, 4 keywords are there. What is that one means? Declare is a keyword is there, not a capital letter, anything. Oh no, declare is a keyword is there. Again, another keyword is there. What is that one means? Begin is a keyword is there. Slowly observe here. Begin is a keyword is there. Again, another one is exception is a keyword is there. Slowly observe here, one by one, like this only. And the last one is what? End is a what keyword is there. Observe here. What is block structure means? Here some set of statements are there. Declare one keyword is there. After that one, begin is a keyword is there. Exception is a keyword is there. End is a keyword is there. Now slowly observe here. Declare keyword after there is no semicolon. Begin keyword after there is no semicolon. Exception keyword after there is no semicolon. End semicolon. This is called block structure. This is a block. In this block only, we are writing a what coding. These blocks only we are submitting into where? Server. Then what happened means we are learning. Observe here. This is a block only. This declare, begin, exception, end. Yes, end after last only semicolon is available. This is called block structure. Here, slowly observe here, slowly observe here. Here, declare keyword I'm not using working. That's why this declare keyword is also called as optional. This is not a mandatory. You are giving or not giving also working. Suppose begin is a keyword, compulsory we are using only. PL SQL program we are writing means what is the purpose or anything practically we are learning. No, now here in a future, now that's why here begin keyword compulsory mandatory. But exception keyword is a what? Optional. Or maybe whenever error handling we are using, then only we are using a what this one. But programming project said compulsory. Okay, just outside I am telling. Here end is a what? A mandatory. Okay, fine. Suppose, observe here. I am a PL SQL developer. How you are writing about coding me? Same like a SQL prompt is there. No. So now here yes, either SQL plus tool or tool or SQL developer tool, any tool like this here. Now declare I am not interested. Why? Because that is optional they are telling. Don't write it, just observe. Begin is a mandatory keyword. Some coding we are writing. In a coding I will tell you. Now here. Here exception I don't know. That's why I'm leaving only. Now end a semicolon. Observe here. Yes. This is a PL SQL procedure successfully completed or not? Yes. That's what PL SQL means. Begin and end is a mandatory. Remaining is a what? Optional. Now here optional. But daily we are using. But basically this begin keyword compulsory we are using. End keyword and semicolon compulsory we are using. Now check it out. This is a block structured. Okay. This is called block only. Daily we are writing tomorrow onwards coding also. Okay, fine. Now, but unfortunately, declare to begin, some gap is there. No, here I'm writing a coding, you are writing a coding. This is also called as a declare section. This terminology is most powerful. This is also called as what? Declare section. In a declare section, what we can do means today I will tell you, don't worry. Again, a begin keyword and end key exception keyword in between that one gap is there or not. This is called executable section. Executable section. This is very important terminology. Executable section. This is also called as executable section. Again, exception to end some gap is there. No, this is also called as exception section. This is also called as exception section. Exception section. This is also called as exception section. This is declaration section or declare section. Here begin and end, sorry, exception in between that one some gap is there. This is called executable section. Exception to end some gap is there. That is exception section. But in a declare section, what we can do daily, what we are using only means very, very easy. Actually, maybe you are a C, C++, Java developer means you are declaring a variables, no integer, a float, b like this. Here also, we are declaring a variables. How can I means? I will tell you. How can I declare a variables? So now here, what is the purpose of variables? Yes, how we are retrieving a data from table into where these variables? What is the use of that one? We are learning only practically. Declaring variables, we are using in a where in a declare section only. Not only that one, cursor is a concept is there. In that cursor's declaration, cursor is a big memory area, separate memory area. We are putting a what? A data from table into where? Some cursor memory area. Once we are putting a what? That memory area, your records means I am also, you are also individual records we are controlling. That is the beauty of the cursor. Those all the things, the declarations we are using in a war, only declare section. Other sections impossible. Comma. Not only that one. In a C++, Java, .NET programmers, their own exceptions they are creating. Same like here also exception handling mechanism is there. Then that user defined exceptions they are declaring means yes, here we are using a what? Declare section. User defined exceptions. These are all the exceptions and okay, so now cursors, these are all the things you don't have an idea in this class. Later you are familiar, but just first only in a later useful purpose, I'm telling about that one. Actually, in a declare section daily, we are using a what? A declaring variable in a first initial stage. In advanced stage, cursors also we are declaring. User defined exceptions also we are declaring. Now here, observe here is this semicolons. Here semicolon is there. But in executable section, what we can do? Very, very important. In executable section, this is SQL language related concepts. That's why within a PL SQL, can we use a SQL concepts? Yes, possible. But within a SQL, we cannot create a what? A PL SQL only. And now check it out. Observe here. This is a begin after executable section. In this executable section, SQL related concepts we are using. Very, very important. Maybe anybody having a little bit of SQL language means, yes, they are only telling. Observe here. Actually, SQL basically divided into where sub languages. DDL is there. Again, another one is what? DML is there. 5 minutes concentrate. This is very important. TCL is there maybe. Here DCL is there. Here select statement is there. Everyone knows. Observe here. With all the okay, so now says these SQL language commands we are allowed to use in a where in a PLSQL? No, impossible. Impossible. Observe here. Here DDL means everyone knows create, alter, drop, truncate. Some commands are there. Here DML means insert, update, delete, merge is there. Again, TCL means commit, rollback, save point is there. That's the most powerful. In a DCL means grant and revoke is there. Maybe some fellows having idea. Now, can I use a what? These DDL statements in your PLSQL? PLSQL means this is executable section. Possible or not possible? Anybody guess it? Very good. Impossible. Impossible. So many fellows are thinking that, oh, yeah, anything also we are using in a PLSQL. They are thinking, no, impossible. Because PLSQL runtime engine designing like that only. And now here DDL statements we are not allowed to use. If we are interested to use a what DDL statement means, then we are using a what? A dynamic SQL is a some other concept is there after PLSQL we are telling only. And now here in that case through we are writing a what? This DDL statement, execute immediate clause is there. Can we use a what? These DML statements, insert, update, delete, merge, possible? Possible. Okay, fine. That's why here we are allowed to use a what? Only DML statements. In SQL related DML is there, no insert, update, delete, select. Okay, insert, update, delete, merge only we are using. Can we use a what? TCL commands? Very, very important. Very good. Commit, rollback, save point. Without TCL, there is no PLSQL also. Why? Because your banking transactions means banking projects means that committing the transaction. Whenever problem is occurred, rollback in the transaction. Up to son of here, yes, some other DML transaction means save point. That is most powerful in a project side. Only trigger side we are not allowed to use TCL, but here commit, rollback, save point we are allowed to use. TCL commands we are allowed to use. Can we use a what? DCL, grant and revoke? Those commands possible? No, not possible. grant and revoke and roles are not possible only. If you want to interested to use means dynamic SQL is a concept is there through that one possible only. Now here again observe here, can we use last only? Can we use select star from table name? That is possible in a very executable section of the PLSQL block possible? No, not possible. Not possible. So many fellows are directly select statement we are allowed to use. They are thinking only not possible in a way Oracle PLSQL side. Another clause is there, select into clause is there. That is a different. And now here, that's why in executable section, only we are allowed to use a what? Only DML statements. Anybody SQL, they are good means DML statements. Comma, another one is what? TCL statements. Yes, DML and TCL statements only they are using in a where? In your executable section. PLSQL means executable section side means, okay, so now here always SQL related concept. Not only that one, most powerful, first important concept in a where our Oracle course means here, select into clause. That is also basic only. And now here, yes, select into clause. This is the most powerful. This is a starting point actually. Up to that one, demo the small things. Select into clause. This is the first important concept. How can I retrieve the data from the table and store it into variable? Those all the things I will tell you. That is select into clause is there. That's why always that clause also they are using in a very in executable section. Select into clause. Select into clause used in a where in your executable section. Not only that one, actually loops are available. Conditional statements are available, control statements are available. Those all the things we are using in a very executable section. Suppose here conditional statements means if we have an idea, if there, if else, something is there, no, in a front-end language. Same thing here also. Here case statements are there, no, that one. Again, loops are there, while loop, for loop, something is there, no. So now those loops also possible in a where in your, yes, here PLSQL. That is through controlling how can I miss, I will tell you. That's why these are also called, as everyone knows, conditional comma control statements. Conditional comma control statements they are using only. And now here, yes, again here exception section. In exception section, there is an optional also. Here we are handling a what? Runtime errors. Suppose any number divided by 0. So now everyone knows, okay, compile time there is no error, but runtime is error. How we are handling those runtime errors means exception section, some concept is there, in exception chapter is there. Through that one we are learning. That's why handling runtime errors. Handling runtime errors. So now these are all the things. Why we are telling you what this one in the first initial stage without any practical knowledge also means this concept based only all the things are available. All the things, your stored procedure, all the things also slight changes only we are changing the syntax. And now here write it, block structure, write it. This is block structure only. At least this is noted down first time now. Block structure. Users don't worry PLSQL side. Okay, once you are good at what some concepts means, then easily understandable difference between SQL, PLSQL. So many users are there. That's why PLSQL developers job is there. Okay, yeah. But any newcomers are there, they are learning what PLSQL interested from me means little bit of SQL knowledge is required. Okay, little bit of. But our students are there in a SQL student means not a problem. Those persons are well-known persons, all the things. At least this block structure, note it down. Declare optional, begin mandatory, exception optional, end mandatory. These are all the things practically we are learning. That's why anybody interested to learn means tomorrow onwards don't miss the class. Why? Because practically we are starting. How can I declare variable? How can I retrieve the data? How can I display the data? All the things practically we are studying. It will take a time because so much of syllabus is there, but pure PLSQL developer side, anybody interested to apply jobs as a PLSQL developer, then this is the best way. Why? Because so much of syllabus this one. Oh, maybe PLSQL is a block structured programming language. You are understanding. One will ask you, Murali sir, very strong knowledge is required in SQL. No, little bit of what we on idea is enough. Because this PLSQL developer totally different, SQL developer, okay, so now responsibility totally different. Actually, why so many fellows are selected as a PLSQL developer compared to SQL means easy. That DC programming language, this one. SQL means some logic is required. I am also here also thinking what happened, what is that one. So now because internally what is going on, we don't know. So now, but we are okay, so we cannot control, but we are getting output. There is a logic in a very SQL. SQL not so easy, okay, actually. But PLSQL means not like that. Same like a programming languages, concepts are there. Oh, this is the database is there. We are retrieving the data. We are transferring the data. That one, some concepts are there. Through that one, very easy way. Anybody also understandable. But little bit of SQL commands are there. No small commands knowledge is required. Insert, update, delete, select. Okay, some little bit of joins. Small things. Okay, na? Yeah. So now here, yes. Up to this one is enough today, a small demo class only, but tomorrow onwards, practically we are starting only. Tomorrow onwards also we are starting. Anybody interested to learn from me means tomorrow onwards, don't miss the classes. Tomorrow will continue. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending this class. Tomorrow will continue. Because through this syllabus only, so many fellows are well settled. That's why I'm designing about so much of syllabus. Thank you. Tomorrow will continue. Thank you.